copy of this. All righty, recording. Well, guys, thank you for being on tonight, and welcome to all the new people. And if this is your first time on our Zoom call, again, congratulations, welcome aboard. And please understand that this is our first real Zoom open opportunity meeting. And so it's a training session for everybody. And you're welcome to bring, it's designed to help you build your business if that's what you want to do. And by doing that, using this platform of Zoom, we can invite people from no matter where they are to join us every second Tuesday night at this time, so as that if if they're too far away, or you don't want to drive all the way down to their place, or they want to have a second look or whatever, you can invite them onto the Zoom, and we can go through and teach them how to show the plan and teach them about the product and the business aspect of it. So that's what tonight's all about, and that's what every second Tuesday night will be all about. So what I'd like to do now is go straight into it, and I will grab up that one, and away we go. So now, basically how this works is that this becomes a conversation, right? This is a guided conversation between you and whoever you're sharing the concept with. So what it says is we're very excited to share with you what we found that's making us look and feel so much better. And it's also making a lot of money for a lot of people. We don't need the music. So what we're doing, it's not for everybody, right? Now, what that means is this: if people aren't looking, they're not looking. Please don't put your friends under any pressure. Show them what it is. They can either say yes or they can either say no. Either answer is the right answer. So we're simply looking for people who are looking for something more in life. It might be more free time, more money, more energy, better weight control, might be more fun, or something that I think is pretty important, long-term health and ongoing residual income. Now, normally if I was sitting down in a room one-on-one or whatever, I might have a group of people, I might be just sitting across a coffee table, I would ask people, which of the above do you want? And I would wait for an answer. Now, I can't do that with you guys tonight, but what I'd like you to do is give me a wave if there's anything on that list that appeals to you. Everybody? Yeah, good. I figured that bit. There'd be something there for everybody. Now, most people don't give a lot of thought as to what their ultimate goal would be, because they're too busy surviving day to day. What I want to try and point out to people is that give that some thought. What is your ultimate goal in life? Surely it's not to work 40 years, end up broke, and die on a pension. That can't be the goal. There's got to be more. And then sometimes I'd ask people, well, could you give me if they had an ultimate goal, could you give me 2 or 3 examples of what that ultimate goal would really look like? Now, it could be travel, it could be anything. But what we're trying to do is we're not trying to put people through a Spanish Inquisition. We're just wanting people to stop and think a little bit and know what it is that they're really wanting in life. Some people do, some people don't, but it's worth a thought. And why would they want that out of life? Why wouldn't they settle for 40 years hard work, end up on a pension? Why wouldn't they settle for that? Is there more? I guess there is. Right? And how would you feel if you achieved your ultimate goal? Well, some of the answers I've had to that is, well, I'd feel relieved, or I'd feel vindicated, or I'd feel absolutely bloody fantastic. Like, it depends on the goal, I guess. Now, because we're going to be talking about a business, we've got to understand, for a business to be successful, it must provide a product or a service that solves people's problems both now and in the future. Right? So our business, we solve problems. That's what we do. We solve people's problems. We show them how to solve their own problems, to be honest. Now, before looking at the business proposal, we'll have a quick look at some of the products and see how well they help people solve problems. Now, obesity is a huge problem everywhere. Now, in Australia, obesity statistics of 2017 say that 75 to 80% of middle-aged men are overweight in Australia. And 63.4% of Australian adults are overweight or obese. That's 11.2 million people, right? Now, just in the weight loss area, that's 11 million people that we've got as a potential market. Right? That's a lot. Now, it's a huge problem because being overweight and obese and all that sort of stuff does lead to a lot of problems, a lot of health problems. So if we've got a huge problem and we solve problems, then we have a huge business potential. Now, this isn't counting the athletes who want better performance. This isn't counting the children who just, their parents want them to eat healthy food. This isn't counting the people who just want clean, healthy food for their whole family. You see, we've sold over $6 billion worth of products since 2002. Now, you can't sell $6 billion worth of anything if it's no good and doesn't work. Now, our products solve problems, and there's tens of thousands of lives being transformed, and many have documented their transformation on social media.
Now to the story of the former Australian rugby star who took on social media and won. Front rower Matt Dunning was constantly ridiculed for his size until now. He's lost 40 kilograms, and in doing so, he's taken on the internet bullies by documenting his amazing transformation online.
This is the Matt Dunning you used to know, the big, cuddly Australian rugby prop, famous for accidentally kicking a drop goal, and never far from the headlines until injury forced an early retirement. But just look at him now.
Well, this is my tight-fitting suit from August last year, 30 centimetres off the waist, 40 kilos down.
From 130 to 90 kilos in less than 6 months, all of it bravely documented on social media. The same outlet that's poked fun at his size for years. 35-year-old Dunning went from 25% body fat to just 11% in only 6 months. And this is how he did it.
2 shakes a day, 1 meal a day. But these shakes are really high in nutrients, minerals and vitamins. And then you cleanse 4 days a month. And that's pretty much it.
To old Australian teammates like publican Bill Young, Dunning's barely recognisable.
Mate, you're the only bloke I know who's lost weight and got fit after footy. That's just embarrassing.
But there's nothing soft about the man they call Tucky, as in Friar Tuck, anymore.
Listen to halfback, work hard forward.
He's coaching Balmain Rugby by night, and by day he's started a new career in industrial real estate.
Okay, got to get this little thing to pop through here. It did this to me last night too. Sorry, guys. I'll just jump through here. And it's not letting me jump. Oh, no. How good's that? A glitch on the first night. Well, we'll try again to jump through that. And that screen is not jumping. Okay, now we might get somewhere. And we'll go to there. Ah, dear. Guys, I have got a glitch. Interesting, interesting. Bear with me while I try and fix the glitch. And so we'll share screen. We'll grab the program back again. So I do apologize for that, but technical difficulties outside the control of management. How's that? So these are some real people that have had real results as well. And this lady here, Cheryl Edwards. Cheryl's in our organisation up in Queensland. And Cheryl's lost 55 kilos. You know, like, that's a lot of weight. 55 kilos is a lot of weight. And as you can see, again, no real heap of baggy skin. A little bit on her arms there, but that's it. It's amazing. These are real people doing, you know, real life as it is. They're not paid for this or anything like that. This is their presentation. This is their testimony. Right? I mean, look at this girl here. I mean, that's amazing. This guy here, he looks a bit like me, don't you think? Anyway. All right, let's move on. Now, many personal trainers use and recommend Isagenix, and many have said that they had no idea how good the products would prove to be just by looking at the ingredients list. Now, Mary Evans explains how she tried them in an effort to prove another trainer wrong. Then she goes on to explain how and why they work so well. So hopefully we won't have technical difficulties at this point in time. Oops, hang on. There we go. Oh, jumped too far. Pardon me. I think we're going to have an evening of technical difficulties by the look of this.
Thanks for coming today and checking out Isagenix and taking the time to really understand what it's all about. My name's Mary Evans, and I'm a personal trainer. Isagenix came into my life about 2 years ago now, and I got to be honest about this. I took on Isagenix as a challenge. I did it to prove another trainer wrong. I'm also a yoga instructor and spinning instructor. I got to admit, when I heard the word cleanse, it scared me. I think quick fix, and I've valued my profession on the fact that quick fixes are not a part of it. It's a lifestyle change, and that's what I endorsed. So when I heard cleanse, it was like, no way, no how. All right, I'll do it. I'll do it with you just to prove you wrong. Well, I did my due diligence, and I gave the 30-day, 21 days, and I went on vacation. It was in December, and my family and I were going to the Caribbean for Christmas. And I basically just went off the product, but I had lost 6.5 pounds, and I felt actually really good, really a lot of energy. I felt like I was pretty healthy and about my weight range anyway, but felt darn good in my bikini over that vacation. My clients noticed the difference, and this is where it really hit me. I had a few of them say to me, I want what you had before Christmas. Whatever it was you were doing that you felt so good, I want that. And then that's where the light went out, and I did my homework. Okay, I started figuring out what this Isagenix system was all about. Two of the products I want to kind of tell you about are the shakes and the Cleanse for Life. The process in order to get from the milk to the whey protein in the Isoline shake is called undenatured. It's got 23 grams of protein. It's got 18 amino acids, which rebuild our cells. It's got a little bit of sugar in it, and that's mindful. In order for the nutrition to be delivered to the brain, you want a little bit of sugar in it. It's got the perfect combination of a 40-30-30 makeup, composition 40-30-30, so 40% carbohydrates, 30% protein, 30% fat, and that keeps you satisfied longer. So it's a complete package. It's maximum amount of nutrition packed into the least amount of calories. So you can still cut back a little bit on calories and have everything your body needs. Okay, so if the goal is weight loss, a person can still lose weight. But the bottom line is everybody needs the nutrition. Weight loss, weight gain, stabilization, whatever it is, it works for everybody. The other item that I want to talk about is the Cleanse for Life. The Cleanse for Life is an aloe vera based drink, and it's only, the aloe comes from just the heart of the aloe vera, not the leaves and everything else. The way the system works is you have a shake day and a cleanse day. You, on your shake days, you have 2 shakes and a regular meal, a balanced regular meal, we hope, and then a cleanse day. And on that cleanse day, you just drink the Cleanse for Life. You drink it 4 times throughout the day, and you eat these little Scooby snacks, we call them. You may opt to do a deep cleanse, which is a 48-hour cleanse, as opposed to that one day, the 24 hours. And this is really beneficial. So if you don't do it in the first 30 days, don't really worry about it. But think about incorporating this at some point in time into your life. Okay, so a 2-day, a 20 or 48-hour cleanse is just this. 48 hours of drinking the Cleanse for Life and eating your Scooby snacks, okay? The benefit of it is huge. Okay, so people would come to me and they would say, you know, I want to be the healthiest I've ever been. And I can put them on exercise routines. I can give them what to eat. But here's what it looks like. The overall picture, 20% of overall health you can manage with exercise. So if you exercise 5-6 days a week, you're getting that 20% in. That other 80% is literally with your diet and rest. And now we have the rest of the equation. It is my final tool for my toolbox in my profession. So using the Isogenic system, there's many different ways that you can incorporate it. Get back to the person that asked you to watch this video. They will be able to help you find the one that's just right for you. I challenge you, do what I did. Prove me wrong.
Now, what Mary Evans was talking about there was with the cleansing, our whole system is both toxic and nutrient deficient. Now, it's really interesting because Trevor Chatham, who put this program together, is a large animal veterinary surgeon. And he knew that the animals, if they weren't treated, the sheep and the cattle and the horses, if they weren't given supplements, they would not be able to perform or grow at their optimum rate, or milk at their optimum rate, or lamb and calve at their optimum rate. But he never equated it to human beings. And so with, pollution, chemical fertilizers, overuse of the soils are depleted. And so you might want to buy clean, healthy food and eat clean, and you can do that, but you please understand that that food is predominantly nutrient deficient. It may even be grown organically, but it is still nutrient deficient. And so we, the people, we end up nutrient deficient. And we wonder why we get sick. We wonder why we get tired. We wonder why we got the aches and the pains and the diseases that, everybody's talking about. And so again, here there's a huge problem. We have a solution to that problem. And so from a business perspective, we have a huge potential, huge income potential. And this is just a diagram of the amount of nutrition that you would actually get in one shake, in one meal of shake. And the shakes are the powder with water, not with milk. And there's no genetically modified foods in here. There's no pesticides here, and there is no herbicides. And that's guaranteed. So it is the cleanest food you could possibly get on planet Earth. And yes, there's sugar in it. And some people go, oh my God, there's sugar in there. There's too much sugar. No, there's not. There's about 5 grams of fructose. Now, don't get fructose and white sugar confused. Totally different things. Totally different. And you need the sugar a little bit for the energy to go into the brain. You've got to feed the brain. All right. So if you see the thing in there with, sugar, 5 grams, it's fructose. If an apple came with a label, you'd see how much sugar was in an apple. It's crazy. So very, very little sugar or fructose in our systems. So we live in a toxic environment. That's a huge problem. Now, the air we breathe, the water we drink, right? Our cigarettes, the smokes, the heavy metals. I was talking to a guy in Western Australia. He's got emphysema and he's never smoked. He got it from breathing diesel fumes as a diesel mechanic. Isn't that interesting? Household cleaning products, pesticides, herbicides, pharmaceuticals, the tablets the doctor gives you, preservatives, and a whole bunch more end up being chemically toxic to our body. Now, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I'm none of those things, but I can figure this out. If this body is organic and we start shoving chemicals in it, it's got to have an adverse effect, I believe, right? And so again, we have this huge problem. And if we solve the problems, we've got a huge business potential. Now, Isagenix is not a diet, right? Many diets are not successful long-term weight loss because they are not designed, they're just not designed to address the impurities. The so-called rebound effect is frustrating, unhealthy, and considering the following two options for your health. Traditional dieting, there you are, you've got some weight to lose. You starve your body, like Mary Evans was saying, you cut back on the calories, you do all the stuff, and you lose the weight. Now, that's okay, you've lost the weight. There it is. But you've still got all the toxins in your body. We didn't get rid of the toxins. And so what happens is you go back to eating the food, your body rebounds because the fat comes back to protect your body from the toxins. Although if we use Isagenix, right, the healthier way to achieve a cleaner, leaner body is that the body stores fat to protect itself from impurities. Impurities are released so the body can release the fat. That's what the cleansing days are about, is getting rid of the toxins on a cellular level over time. And so therefore, once you've lost the weight, you don't have a buildup of toxins, you go on the Isagenix maintenance program and you don't rebound, you don't go stacking on the weight again. It's just that simple. Now, the other side of this, and this is the main reason why we got involved with this, was the telomere biology, the youthful aging. You know, one thing I did not want to do was end up in a nursing home as a flannel sucker sitting in the corner, all bent up and decrepit. Now, I could see no joy in that at all. That's not the goal, right? Now, this blew my mind when I found out about this. In 2009, there was a Nobel Prize granted for how chromosomes, which are the ends of our DNA, are protected by telomeres and the enzyme telomerase. Now, this is possibly the greatest medical breakthrough ever. Now, this is a ABC News report in the United States. This has got nothing to do with an Isagenix ad or anything like that. So hopefully our technology won't fail us here. So here we go again.
And now, eternal youth. Is it in a cage around the corner? News tonight of a breakthrough for some pioneering mice. But we always wonder, what does a fountain of youth for rodents reveal for humans? Here's Sharon Alfonsi reporting.
I feel tremendous.
In the Moody Cocoon, it's a swimming pool that turns back the clock for a group of senior citizens. But now researchers have found a way not just to stop, but reverse the aging process. The key is something called a telomere. We all have them. They're the tips or caps of your chromosomes, seen here in yellow. This is what it looks like in a young adult. But as you grow older, the telomeres become damaged and frayed, and as they stop working, we start aging, experiencing things like hearing and memory loss. Scientists took mice who were prematurely aged, added an enzyme, and essentially turned their telomeres back on. You can see it before the enzyme, after.
Their brain function improved, their fertility was restored. It was a remarkable reversal of the aging process.
Look at this picture. The mouse on the right has bad skin, gray hair, and is balding. But the one on the left had its telomeres flipped back on.
And you could see that essentially you now have a dark coat color, that the hair is restored, that the coat has a nice healthy sheen to it.
Even more dramatic, the change in brain size. This is before. The mice had 75% of a normal brain, like a patient with severe Alzheimer's. But after the telomeres were reactivated, the brain returns to normal size. As for humans, while it is just one factor, scientists now say by looking at our blood cells and measuring those telomeres, you can get a better idea of how well you'll age. The longer the telomere, the better the chances for a more graceful aging.
And there goes my technical glitch again. All right, bear with me, guys. We will we'll work this out. We'll get it sorted. I don't know why it does that. That is just not fair. just not fair, I say. Well, we'll stop sharing that. Bear with me. And I will dig out the program and I'll get it working again. Somehow we'll get it working again. All righty. Now, guys, what I want to do is just, while I do this, talk about the telomere product, just how powerful that is. Is there anybody here who can't wait to grow old and decrepit? Please give me a wave if that's your ultimate goal. Old, decrepit, become senile. Is that out? No hands up. Good. Do you know anybody who that's their goal? No? Well, you know, it's amazing because we have the solution to that problem. Right? We have the solution to that problem. And that solution is a brilliant, brilliant business opportunity. How many people do you know on planet Earth that would like to stay younger, healthier? I mean, it is just amazing what that program is capable of doing. Right? It's just absolutely astounding. And when I look at what the telomere product has done overall, it is so many people. Well, let's try it the other way. Could anybody give me a wave, please, if you've got a good result using the telomere product? Yeah. Okay. Quite a few. Okay. So nobody wants to get older. Those who are using the product are getting a great result. And yeah, it is just brilliant. It really, really is. And I am now getting the technology back to work again. So bear with me as we jump through here a second. Come on, technology. Dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. My technology is failing me poorly tonight. And I went through it before tonight and I made sure it was working, and it was working. And but anyway, it's choosing not to do so much right now. So what I might do, given the time, is I might just jump out of this technology. And what I'll do is I will grab another piece of technology that might help us get through the evening. So I do apologize. I did do a dummy run. I did test it and it worked fine. So what we'll do now is we'll try something a little different. We'll share screen. We can't go through all the other videos and bits and pieces that are on that because it's just playing up too much. And so what I want to do is explain to you how the business side of this works, how the money works. And there's a video that I won't be able to show you. I'll just have to try and explain it to you verbally. But how this works is very simple. Basically, what we've got in Isagenix is the cleanest, densest food on the planet. If people need to lose weight, they can lose weight using it. Some people need to put weight on, they can put weight on. Athletes can use it for better performance, faster recovery, all that sort of stuff. And it is clean enough for the Olympic athletes to use. It's been tested at the Olympic level. It's been cleared by WADA, the World Anti-Doping Association. So we have these amazing products. Now, what happens is if you elect to become involved, you would buy your product. You can buy as much or as little as you like. But what we're looking at here is making the money. So you would buy 100 BV worth of product. That's about $50 a week that you would spend buying Isagenix products versus supermarket product. You'll still buy stuff down the supermarket, but you'll buy some of your food through Isagenix. And then it's like anything else, you know, if you've been to a good movie, you've seen something on special, you'll recommend it to your family, to your friends or whatever. So you explain to this person and this person how good Isagenix is. You show them how the money works. They might be just interested in the money and not the product. They might be interested in the product and not the money. It doesn't matter. It caters for everybody, right? So they buy 100 BVs worth. So once you've sponsored your two, one on the left, one on the right, because we only build two sides, you then get paid by Isagenix $50 for becoming a consultant. All righty? Now, as a consultant, what you want to do is you want to help this person become a consultant, and you want to help that person two, become a consultant by sponsoring their two. Now, persons P1 and P2, by becoming consultants, they would get their $50. But for you teaching them how to do that, you would be paid $100 each. So now you've got $100 for teaching person one and $100 for teaching person two, plus the $50. You've now earned $250. Hopefully, you can probably get that done in 60 days. I know people who've done it in their first week before their products even arrived. So it's not difficult, right? Now, if you do that within the 60 days of starting, Isagenix will pay you another $250 for doing it in 60 days. So now your positive cash flow, $500. Now let me explain that. If you take 60 days to do that and you're spending about $200 a month on food that you're not spending down the supermarket, so it's a transfer spend. So $200 the first month, $200 the second month, you've spent $400. You've earned $500, so you've got your food paid for and $100 in your wallet by simply sharing the idea and teaching these people how to do the same. Now, if we do that and you teach another one and another one, you sponsor another one and another one, and sponsoring just means introducing them to the system and teaching them how to build the business if that's what they choose to do. Now, again, by helping each one of these people become a consultant, you'll get $100 more each of teaching them. So now in total, you've got $600 plus the $50, $650. And if you do that in the first 120 days of joining, Isagenix will pay you another $750 for a total of $1,650 in 120 days. Now that is not counting any of what we call the cycle bonuses. Now what that means is if you've got 600 BV on one side and 300 BV on the other, you get one pay cycle which is equal to $60. So let me explain that. So if we look here, your business has got 100, 200, 300 points here. And if we go over here, it's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. So by developing a structure like that, you would get paid $60 every time there's 300 on one side, 600 on the other, bang, spits out $60. And every multiple of that gets paid out no matter how deep that goes. No matter how deep that goes. And don't think it's just going to stop here. These people, they got goals and dreams. They don't want to end up on a pension. They want to drive a new car. They want to go on holidays. They want to take the kids to Disneyland or wherever. Right? It's just an amazing program. All right. Now they have what they call PIBs and double PIBs. For instance, if this person here bought a 30-day pack, right, a 30-day weight loss pack, there's 220 something BV in that, but there's also a $25 product introductory bonus that Isagenix will pay to you. And if this person over here, if they bought a qualifying pack, it might be a 30-day pack, it could be an ultimate pack, doesn't matter what it is, but we'll use 30-day pack. And so what happens is if they bought the same pack on the same qualifying week, in the same week, so you're just starting off, you sponsor two people, they're both on 30-day packs, $25 $25 there, $25 there. Isagenix will double that to $50 here and $50 there. So you make another $100. Right? There's money all over this thing. Now, basically it works like this. Let's say that you shared the idea with 5 people. You sponsored 5. Now you might have to share the idea with 10 or 15, but you sponsored 5. And we teach those 5 to go out and introduce 5 of their own each. So 5 5s is 25. Now those 25, now these are the people who want to build the structure, who want to build the business. They want to earn the incomes. Now in between those people, there's going to be a lot of other people who just want to use the product, and that's fine. For goodness sake, don't pressure them to do anything other than what they want to do, right? Now those 25 go out and introduce 5 each of their own. Now there's 125. We teach those people to do the same, 625. Now what we are is we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels deep, and we've got 3,000 odd people there, or in total 3,900. If they're all just doing 100 BV per month, now, you know, Corinne and I, we live on our own. We don't have kids at home, and we probably go through about 400 BV a month. So 100 BV is a piece of cake because it's just food. Now your total group volume would be 390,000 BV for the month. Now you divide that by 900 to bring up your cycles. You'd be over 100 cycles. You'd be making $6,000 a week, right? $6,000 a week. So what I want to do is I'm just going to quickly grab another document down here, and I will, somewhere I'll find it. There it is. I'm going to grab this document. I'm going to show you this little spreadsheet that Trevor had in that video, in that program, but it's not playing. So let me stop sharing that, and I'll go back and grab the Excel spreadsheet, and I just want to change that out of there to 5. That's fine. Now, basically what we're talking about here is just to transfer spend on food. Let's say, these are just some of the products. Let's say that you ordered two canisters of shakes and 2 packs of meal replacement bars. All right, so what you've got here is, this is the cost, all righty, per thing. This is the amount of BV in the product, business volume. And so you order 2 of those. So there's 34 BV, so you've ordered 2, there's 68. They're $55 each, so that's $110. And so by buying that over the month, including freight, you've spent $195. Now, assuming that everybody would do the same, we're not assuming everyone's going to buy a fortune's worth, okay? So what we want to look at here is, this is the same principle as we had before. If you introduce 5, who introduced 5 by 5 by 5 by 5, $26,000 a month, or $300,000 a year. But let's go back. And I thought, nah, I don't know that everyone's going to do that. So I played around with this a bit. So I thought, well, I know what I'm going to do. I reckon I'm a bit more ambitious than the average bear. So I'm going to put 6 in there, 5 for the next line, 4 for the next lot, 3 for the next lot, and 2 for that lot. Because I reckon the ambition might dip as we go down in depth sometimes, just to be conservative, okay? That's still 10 grand a month. I don't know what your math's like, but that's $2,500 a week extra outside your job. How do you do that? Well, it's simple. All we do is we change our line of supply for some of our product. We order online. A lot of people buy online. If you're not really computer literate, you can pick up the phone and dial a 1-300 number and order over the phone. So we change our line of supply. We order a few days in advance. We share that idea with our family, our friends, and people that we know, and we teach them how to do the same. Now, it's not difficult. This is so simple, and if you're not sure how to show it, well, hopefully within a fortnight, I'll have the technical glitches sorted out and we can bring people back onto our fortnightly open meeting here on Zoom on Tuesdays. And you don't even have to be a product expert. You don't have to be a finance expert. You can just invite people onto this Zoom and they can learn how the system works and what's in it for them. Because that's what people want to know. What's in it for me? Well, there's good health, a longer life, hopefully, a healthier life, and the potential to earn some reasonable dollars. You know, I don't know about you, but one of the slides that we haven't been able to see is that what Trevor put up there, and his most powerful slide of all, is you can change your life by changing how you spend $50 a week. Your family can change their life by changing how they spend $50 a week. Your friends can change their lives, both health and wealth, by changing how they spend $50 a week. It's absolutely amazing. Now, again, I got a little bit ambitious with these figures, and I thought, well, if there's that much money, why wouldn't I have a real crack? So I put 10 in there. I figured I'd go find 10. Right, now have a look at these numbers down here. Right, instead of $10,000 a month, if you were a little ambitious, have a look at this. If you found 10, whoops, that jumped up to $17,000 a month. That's good money, guys. That's real good money. And all we're doing is bars and shakes. Well, what about the telomere product? Let's say we put one bottle of product B in there per person for every one of these here. Everybody took on the telomere, because I think nobody wants to become bedraggled and old. That's my philosophy anyway. Let's have a look if everybody just bought one of those. Wow, that's nearly another 10 grand a month. That's pretty impressive money for helping your friends get healthy, stay healthy. So in all of that, you know, what I look at is that if in doing this, if you and I understood those of us who've been on the product for a while, we understand how good the product is. For the new people, once you understand how good the product is, and then for those of you who want to derive an income, once you understand how big that income can get, and I don't have the video lined up now because I wasn't expecting this technical glitch, but here in Australia and New Zealand, there are literally dozens and dozens and dozens of people making between $100,000 a year and $1.5 million a year. And all they've done is share this idea with people and taught them how to do the same. Now, I think at the function where they all went across stage for recognition, I think there was just on 90 people in that category here in Australia that last year earned between $100 and $1.5 million. And how did they do it? Well, they changed their line of supply. They ordered a few days in advance. They shared that idea with their family and their friends and the people they know, and they taught them how to do just the same. This is not a complicated program. This is a very, very, very simple program. And we've got the solutions for the problems. It is absolutely amazing, right? Now, what I want to share, I'll try and find this one last little document here. Bear with me. I'm going to grab that and I will go there. Hang on, guys. Most people don't understand the value of what a bonus, what the bonus values are really worth. So let me just get down here and go to that one. I want to share this with you. And again, I must apologize for the technical glitch. This is not how I saw this happening tonight. But one pay cycle, $60. Once you've got an organization structured up properly, so as that you can earn $60 a week. Now, I'll be honest, you're going to need a few people in there to get a $60 a week every week payment, right? But that's $3,000 a year. So it's worth a little bit of effort. But it's not just that it's $3,000 a year. $60 a week is exactly the same as having $104,000 in the bank and getting the interest rate of 3%, if you could get 3% today, paid back to you. So my question to you is this: what's easier? Change your line of supply for your food, get healthy, share that idea with a bunch of your friends and teach them how to do the same, or find $100,000 after tax dollars from what you're currently doing and stick it in the bank to get the interest. All right? Now, let's say you got a bit serious about this and you went out and you built this thing and you got that structure running depth, because you're only building two sides, and you had 10 cycles a week. So now that's $600 a week every week coming in. So now you've got a fair sized group. I'll tell you, that's, you know, that's $2,400 a month. All right. Or $31,000 a year. Or it's the same as having over $1 million in the bank and getting the interest off it, the 3% interest. Right? And I'm going to ask the question again. I really want you to give this some thought. What do you think your chances are of stacking $1 million in the bank over the, say, the next 12 months after tax dollars and getting the interest off it? Or do you think you got a better chance of building a structure within a proven organization with products that solve problems for people's lifestyle and health situations and picking up your $600 a week? Because you see, we've all got goals and dreams. Whether it's cars, houses, holidays, boats, jet skis, caravans, camper vans, I don't know what it is, wardrobes full of shoes, I don't know. But we've all got goals and dreams. The challenge is we've got an income ceiling here that we can't bump through. We'll go out and create a new income. Because quite frankly, if we're dependent entirely on our superannuation and our pensions, I got news for you. None of it's any good. Things are going to get tougher out there. Right? And okay, 20 cycles. That's the equivalent. That's $1,200 a week, reasonable money, or the equivalent of having $2 million in the bank. So the effort you're putting in here is you're building basically an asset base, but you don't have capital at risk. I showed the plan to somebody the other day and he said, "Oh, no, you don't understand, Tim. I've got nearly $2 million worth of real estate." I said, "Really? That's fantastic." I said, "So you don't have any mortgage on it?" "Oh, yeah, it's all, you know, the bank owns it, but I said, "So really, you don't have 2 million. The bank's got you for 2 million. You don't have the 2 million. I said, "I've got no capital at risk. I pay no staff. I don't have any ingoings or outgoings. I just buy food. And I teach my mates how to do the same. And they're glad I did." Right? Is there anybody here glad that I showed them how to do this? Yep, beauty. Give us a wave. Good stuff, right? And so if we look down here, 8-star, 250 cycles. There's plenty of people here in Australia and overseas that have done that. That's 15 grand a week, or the equivalent of having 26 mil in the bank without capital at risk. You know, when I had the farm, I told people I was not a gambler, but in actual fact, as a farmer, I was the biggest gambler on the planet. I gambled on the weather. I had no control over that. I gambled on the value of the market. I had no control over that. I gambled on all sorts of things with the stock. Right? Totally out of my control. This is cake. All righty. So what I want to do now is I'm going to stop sharing. Now, I want to unmute everybody, and don't all talk at once, but give us a wave if you've got some questions, and I'll try and answer whatever question I can. We'll mute all. I'll come back and mute everybody off one at a time. Okay, sorry guys. That's that one. Okay. Unmute. Karen's unmuted. Who else have we got here? Peter. That's Peter that's given us all the grief. So I'll unmute Kim, Audrey, Mike, Darren, Craig, Cody, unmute. Kev's unmuted. All right, Angela's unmuted. Lisa's unmuted. Okay. Kevin's unmuted. And we've got a couple more. Unmute Mark. All right. Now, has anybody got any questions, please? Okay.
Those sheets, Tim, they're all found on that actual website, are they?
The sheets?
Yeah, for the value for investment at 3%.
Yeah, mate. If you go onto the TNC Isogenics Facebook page and have a look in documents, I think you'll find it in there. If it's not in there, I'll make sure it is by tomorrow.
Okay, then. And this actual presentation, when it's actually working, that'll be on the TNC site?
No, that's on Team FSI in the back office.
Yeah.
Under business building. And it's a big file. It's 1.7 gig. There's a whole lot to it. Takes a long time to download, but it's a good program.
Yeah, I think I've tried downloading it a couple of times. Can't seem to get it to come up on my screen to go and work. So
are you running Apple or are you running Windows?
Apple.
Apple. There you go. You need to talk to Trevor. Yeah.
I'm on Apple products tonight. I'm not giving you any grief, so it's all right.
No, that's all good.
We're fine on my Mac, mate.